So we saw that we have to actually get some data mining techniques, data mining tools to be able to perform the data mining. That's the third step. Now the fourth step is data analysis and interpretation. With here, the data mining results are used. So here you finish mining your data. You finish using every algorithm and every tool to actually do whatever you need to do with your data. Now the here is the results. What you are coming to do with the results, how you are going to explain to your colleagues or management or anyone who is supposed to know. So here is data analysis and interpretation. The data mining results are used to create analytical models that can help drive decision making and other business actions. The data scientist or another member of a data science team also must communicate the findings to business executives and users, often through data visualization and the use of data storytelling techniques. Now, after you finish performing the first three steps, you've got a visualization of the data. Most of the times you use graphs to actually project what's going to happen next, what improvement. Now, after you are done, your people who are supposed to know, you are going to present it and interpret it to them because you are the one who did the mining. You have the knowledge and you have to share with the people who are supposed to know. So these are the four steps, the four primary steps in data mining process. Please, any question here? Now, when we go to the third step, we saw that data mining technique. So here we'll take a look at some of the data mining techniques that can be used in mining our data. The first one is associate rule mining. In data mining, association rules are if-then statements that identify relationships between data elements. Support and confidence criteria are used to assess the relationships. Support measures how frequently the related elements appear in a data set, whilst confidence reflects the number of times if an if-then statement is accurate. Now let's go back to my data. So here, let me go back to the data. Now, here. Now here, I want to know the frequency or the number of users who actually visited this site or who actually used the chat session today. Also, I want to also determine the average time a user spent on this site. Again, I want to also know what actually makes users leave this site or what actually bring users to this site. So these are the metrics I'm going to use. So if I'm using the associate mining rule, so I'm going to link, in fact, the number of times a person can appear on the site on the same day. So for example, Fabio appeared on the site on 7:24 a.m. in the morning and he left around 8. Right. Now, okay, he appeared 7:24 and posted around 8. Right. Now, you appeared 7:24, you posted around 8. And I go through my data. Does Fabio join the chat session again in that day? Note, this log is daily basis, so I have logs for every day. This log is for today. Now, based on these logs I have, how frequent does Fabio, a particular person, visit the site? And when he visits, how frequent does he actually post something there? And when he visits, what's the average time he actually spends there? So associate rule mining, I'm going to actually identify the relationship between these. Fabio, the number of time he visits the site in a particular day, the average time he spent, what types of posts he posts there, the time he left there normally when he visits, what time does actually, that does it mean every day you visit around 7 something and leave around 10, or it varies? So the associate rule mining helps us to actually link or identify relationship in these data elements and establish confidence in the data. So we know that, okay, at around 7 a.m., when we go to the site, we will actually see a post from Fabio. This is associate rule mining. Right. Let's move on to the next step, the next technique. Classification. This approach assigns the element in datasets to different categories defined as part of the data mining process. One, we use decision trees, naive Bayes classifiers, and k nearest neighbor. And the last one is logistic regression. So these are actually mathematical calculations. We will actually take a look at decision trees as we go forward. As we start to model out, we will take a look at decision trees. So decision trees, we will start with a tree, a parent tree, the children, the grandchildren. We will actually learn a lot about it. So we will classify these data under these parent rules. So we, for example, we will say in a particular day, how many users. So the parent will be how many users actually visit the site. Now we will go to the children. In the users, how many males and females visit the site? Now in the grandchildren, how often does these people, so is it that on my website the females spend more time or the males spend more time? So we use the decision trees to actually trace this. So starting from the number of users to the types of users to the time they spend, and go on and go on and go on. So that's a part of classification in data sets elements. Now the next one is clustering. Clustering. In this case, data elements that share particular characteristics are grouped together into clusters as part of data mining applications. Examples include k-means clustering and hierarchical clustering and Gaussian mixture model. But these are mathematical methods. We will take a look at the hierarchical and the k-means. We will take a quick look. So for example, so in my log, the hierarchy. So when we go to my site, when we go to my log, let's go there. Where is it? Okay. Okay, so we see. Okay, so when you go, let me show the log files. Now, when you go to my site, now I'm coming to actually set up a hierarchy from this data set. Know that everything I'm going to do is going to be based on this. This is the data set I have. So I can be able to set a hierarchy. So the example of a hierarchy I can be able to set. Now, how frequent does someone who visit the site, or how often, or what is the probability that someone who visits this particular site will actually post in the chat session? So let's scroll down. So how frequent will someone post in this chat session? Or does people or just come and watch or stream, then just leave the site? With my log files, I can be able to determine. So in a day, I can say about 10 people visit the site. Now, only 2 people posted in the chat session. So is my chat session helping the site, or is just there? So I can use the hierarchy to actually know whether I should take out the chat session or I should maintain, or I should, let's say, improve upon it. Maybe people chatting, it's actually very difficult. Maybe it's very difficult to post, or something when you post it takes a time or something. Like I should be able to use the hierarchy to determine from this my data set. Please, any question? Now the next one is regression. Regression. This is another way to find relationships in datasets by calculating predicted data values based on a set of variables. Linear regression and multivariate regressions are examples. Now, decision trees and some other classification methods can be used to do regressions. Now, regressions, it can somewhere in the other, some way or how can be referred to as finding relationships in data set or predicted. So let's see. Let's go to my data. Now, I want to find regressions here. So as I said, how often does Fabio visit my site? Maybe I want to give an award, so a reward or gift card on this streaming site. I've been seeing one particular person always coming or showing up on my log files, meaning this person is actually an active user of my site. Now, how often does this user actually come in? How often does he post? And what is, let's say, the linkage between him coming and the time frame he actually comes? So let's say around 8 a.m., around let's say 8 a.m., what are the potential users I will be able to find there? Will Fabio be part of these people around 8 a.m.? Now, based on this data, bulky data set I have, I can be able to go through and trace relationships in the elements. So Fabio joined 724 today for today's log file, Fabio joined. So I'm using 3 days to do. So today Fabio joined 724. Tomorrow I'll go and see Fabio joined 730. The next day I see 75. Based on this, I can be able to draw some relationships between Fabio visiting my site, the time he spent, and the average or the probability that he is going to post on the chat session, not just streaming. Is any question? The next one is sequence and path analysis. Data can also be mined to look for patterns. Yes. So it seems all these techniques are somehow, some way linked together. They are, so you can see all this we are going through. The main point we are actually getting here is finding patterns and relationships. So association rule is talking about relationships, classification, yes. So different things having the same thing, so grouping them together, that's the same relationships. Clustering too, yeah. So we group them in certain forms, the same relationship. Regression, another way to find relationship. So you can see the next one, sequence and path analysis, so also is talking about looking for pattern is the same relationship. So you see, the main focus here is to find relationship in the data set. If you take a critical look at all these steps, all these types of data mining is actually centered in finding relationships in data, the data you have. So when you go to my data set, I'm going to find relationship, the linkage in this bulky data set. So I'm going to find out the number of mails and how often they visit my site. the number of females and how often they visit my site. So I'm going to draw patterns. So when females visit my site, what is the likely amount of time the person is going to use to spend? So we all know females don't mostly like swimming for sports, basketball, and the site is about swimming or sports, basketball, football. Then in my log files, I've been seeing females. So I've seen this female, Claudia. User Claudia joined this session. So Claudia also posted. This is Claudia, 4:12 p.m. I've been seeing males and females. We also know we have something there that females don't like streaming this person something. Now I'm going to find relationship here. How often does females actually visit my site? What are the time stamp or the time pattern they actually spend on the site? Does it mean that females actually like my site, or just one people come? And when they come, do they actually post or go to the site, the chat session and post? And note what brings them on the site. So I'll be finding this relationship in this bulky data. So whilst I'm doing this is data mining. So that's the whole concept about it. Finding relationships, and based on the relationship I found in this data, I'm going to draw conclusions and get results and display in graph, in whatever I want to do, and explain to if I have people, or if I have, let's say, a higher department I have to submit to, I will send my operations, my results to them, and based on that, they can make informed decisions on the streaming site or on the organization. Basically, data mining is finding relationship in data, and after that, you will make informed decisions on a certain entity or organization. Right, please, any question here? So the last one says a neural network. Yes, this one we will actually take a very deep look at it. We will learn a bit of artificial intelligence, even though if some of you are not in the artificial intelligence class, don't worry, we will learn a bit about it. We also need artificial intelligence in data science. So actually, it also helps in some way. Now, neural network is a set of algorithms. What are algorithms? What is an algorithm? In fact, I've been saying it throughout I've been mentioning it throughout. I don't think I've given a clear explanation of it. What actually, or what at all, is an algorithm? An algorithm. Now, from the start, we've been seeing algorithms. So we saw algorithm here. We've been seeing algorithm throughout. What at all is an algorithm? Now, an algorithm is the step-by-step way of solving a problem. That's all. So that big word, the meaning is the step, when we talk about algorithm, is the step-by-step way of solving a problem. Example of an algorithm. Now, you want to log into your bank account. You use an algorithm. What's algorithm? The step-by-step way of getting to your bank account. For example, for you to log into your bank account, algorithm you use is one, what means are you going to pass through to access your bank account? Is it an internet banking, or you are going to use a mobile banking? You choose one. Two, you will have to know your bank account number and your password to get there. So one, you choose a platform. So I want to log into my bank account. One, I choose maybe internet banking. I'll go to the site where I can log in. That's my first step. I'll input my details. My second step, I'll press on login. My third step, then it opens. So these three methods, these three steps can also be classified as an algorithm. That's an algorithm I can use to access my bank account. So algorithm is basically the step-by-step way of solving a problem. If you want to go to your room and sleep and you are outside, you will use an algorithm. The algorithm here, you have to walk to your door. If it's locked, you have to open it with a key. Now, when you enter, you have to walk to your bed and lie down on it. So the steps you pass through to get to your bed to sleep is the algorithm. So algorithm, once again, is the step-by-step way of solving a problem. Right, let's continue. A neural network is a set of algorithms, so a set of steps that simulate the activity of the human brain. Neural networks are particularly used in complex pattern recognition applications involving deep learning, but a more advanced offshoot of machine learning. So how our brain works. So you see, when we want to eat, when we are hungry, our brain will actually prompt us we are hungry. And when we want to eat, we will actually, if we have the food in the bowl, we take a spoon, scoop some, send it to our mouth, take it. If we have to chew, then swallow. So you see, it's a sequence. You have to do this before that. Before, if you rush, it's still an algorithm. So it's the process you pass through, and this mind is actually processing a lot of things. So it's a set of algorithm, a lot of things at the same time. So neural networks are like brain cells that are particularly actually performing actions or steps in a particular useful way by in fact trying to find complex patterns. So here you see another pattern here. Pattern, pattern, relationships, pattern. So pattern relationship. So the steps the intelligence is going to go to find useful in complex. Here complex comes inside because the problem is harder for you to do. So a complex situation is going to find complex pattern recognition. Now when I tell you as a human being to find patterns on my fingerprint, you are going to actually suffer. But the neural network can actually do that. Here, that's where the neural network comes to play. It takes a pattern of your fingerprint. If I want to draw pattern in my data set, I can just you can your bear witness. I can just conclude and draw patterns here. Very simple. But if I want to draw pattern of my fingerprints, I don't think I can. I will need the help of machine intelligence. That's where the neural network come inside here to actually help me to draw complex patterns. Right, any question? Data mining tools and software. Data mining tools. Now we have a lot of data mining tools. I will send you this list in a Slack channel. Please, I will recommend you download Power BI, Microsoft Power BI on your machine. If you are using phone, I don't think you can. But if you are using phone, try and get my Excel on your phone too. We can use Excel for something small, but BI is actually business intelligence software. So get Microsoft Power BI. If you have a laptop or PC, get it installed on it. Microsoft Power BI. If you are using phone to get Microsoft Access, Excel rather on it, Microsoft Excel on it. We will be using those things. So what are the benefits then we end for today's lesson? What are the benefits of data mining? What at all does data mining do? In general, the business benefits of data mining come from increased ability to uncover hidden patterns, trends, correlations, and anomalies in data sets. That information can be used to improve business decision making, and strategic planning through a combination of conventional data analysis and predictive analytics. I can see a whole lot of big words here. Don't worry. All what is trying to say, all what this paragraph is trying to say, data mining can actually help us to make decisions. In fact, informed decisions, or better still, data-driven decisions which are backed by facts, data. We know this is it, this is that. We are not just assuming. We can base on and predict for the future. So that's all what these big English are trying to tell you. Right. Specific data mining benefits include the following: more effective marketing and sales. In fact, data mining helps in actually designing a particular advertising campaigns. So you are in a bicycle industry. Your company is producing bicycle. I don't think you go and do campaign which will target people who are actually can't ride bicycle. Yes, I don't think so. So the data mining will help you know your preference, customer behavior, will enable you to actually create advertising campaign that will actually target your customers. Okay, so sales products, yes, better customer service. So data mining also helps you to identify potential customer service issues more promptly and give contact center agents up-to-date information to use in calls and online chats with customers. In various businesses, we have customer support centers. Now you can see some customer support centers have very poor services to the extent that when they interact with their customers, they just don't come back. Data mining helps you to identify why your customers don't come or leave your business. It will help you find a way to actually make your customers always come back, or help other people to always join your business. Better business, the better customer service. Now, improved supply chain management. Organizations can spot market trends and forecast product demand more accurately, enabling them to better manage inventories of goods and supplies. Now, here you can actually, data mining helps in optimizing warehousing, distribution, other logistics operations. While your supply chain, should you improve or should you actually maximize how you take in raw materials from your suppliers? Now, with your data, you are going to find out, oh, my productivity has increased. Therefore, I should increase my supply chain there so that I can, in fact, increase my productivity. Data mining helps you to make such informed decision. Increased productivity uptime. Data mining helps in fact in this manufacturing industries. It helps you to actually increase productivity. Maybe according to the data you have, the workers there, they work very slow. They report to work very slow. Now, is it some I once joined some organization, and when I was undergrad, I joined an organization to do an internship with them. Now they have this clocking system. Most of us don't know what the clocking system does. Now, the clocking system, I happen to join the data team. The clocking system actually, you see, when an employer gets to, he or she goes to clock in, when clocks out. Now, when you clock in, it's being logged there. When you say log, the example of what I showed you this one. So it's being logged there. So if you say user this, join at this time. So we have Fabio join at 7:24. You plug in and you have this log file there is on it. So at the end of the day, they have something similar like this. Now, how do companies do promotions? Position. You will go to the log file here, try and data mine this data. So they will know that Fabio actually reports to time. In fact, the whole year, on the average, he reported exactly around 7:30 to 7:40. What time does it closes? Or what time does it clocks out? They realize every day he clocks in, he clocks out. You know, some organizations, some workers, they are so in a hurry, they clocks in. When going back, they don't clock out. It will go against them. Now he clocks in and clocks out at exactly 5 p.m. That's when the organization closes. Now, based on this, we know that in fact this worker is actually a punctual worker. And so if you want to give someone promotion, you will be there not knowing anything, no vote, nothing. You see that, oh, there is the promotion for this particular worker. You might be there thinking, if you are a normal worker, then you might be there thinking, oh, they've done some corruption, or no. They have made an informed decision, a data-driven decision. Based on the data they have, this and this, or so and so qualifies to be promoted because he's been punctual since day one. It's very simple. They can just promote someone based on the log. Please, any question? So some companies, most companies who uses the clocking system, this is how they used to promote employers to higher positions. So some of them to also uses the book. So you go, you write your name, your time. Though that one is not as effective as someone can write for someone. When you use the digital one, the clocking system, the log file is somewhere which can't be written. It's just that whatever someone does, it reports. So when you clock in too early, you will come, the timestamp is there, you clock and it doesn't lie. You clock in this time, you clock out at let's say 12. So they will know, and using data mining, draw conclusion, draw business intelligence from that data. So productivity. So when maybe they can find out that okay, our workers aren't that efficient. Therefore, we should actually buy machines to support them. Yes. So based on that informed decision, the organization can go and buy robots, machines, automated machines to help their business to increase productivity. Stronger risk management. Now, risk managers and business executives can better assess financial, legal, cybersecurity, and other risks to a company and develop plans for managing them. Now we know when you have this data, you can actually track transaction records and know any anomaly, any abnormal transaction, and be able to take the appropriate measures in that. So based on the data mining you performed on your data set, you can make informed decision and attack any emerging risk. Lower costs. Data mining helps drive cost savings through operational efficiencies and business process and reduce redundancy. What's redundancy? It's very simple. Redundancy is just the duplication of data. So you have Kofi like 4 times in the data, doing nothing. So in the data, so let's say we have a data set for an organization, maybe about the employees. We are going to mine the data and know, okay, but this particular person takes a double pay. His name has appeared twice on the payroll. Therefore, we've mined and we've seen that we can actually drive all this waste in corporate spending from it, so that we can actually lower the cost our company is spending on unnecessary things or people benefiting from low key. Now, industries that can use data mining, we have retail, so people selling online, sellers, retails, ad campaigns can use data mining. Financial services, bank, credit companies, they can use data mining to actually model or build financial risk models to detect fraudulent transactions and loan credit applications. They also play a key role in marketing and identify potential upselling opportunities with existing customers. So the customers, you know what the ability to transact, you know their depositing ability, and so you can target them with your services in a whole lot, and so and a whole lot. We have the next one to be insurance. The insurance company also uses data mining to actually aid in pricing the insurance policies. So they will use data mining to actually survey among customers and know, okay, which is best among, or which can be best among this particular group of people. Manufacturing companies to also use data mining to actually know their supply chain performance, their product safety and quality. Entertaining, yes, here, the entertaining industry. Sometimes you realize when you log into your Netflix account or any streaming site you subscribe, you'll be watching, then you see some recommended movie pops up for you. They know your data has been trapped in there. Now they've analyzed the data and seen that whenever you log in, you watch action movies. So whenever you log in, they start targeting you, giving you new action movie adverts. So you realize you'll be watching, then you get a new action movie advert. You'll be like, oh wow, this is new. Then you go and check it out. More and more, they use data mining to trace whatever you are doing with their service and target you with what you want, so that you continue to stay on their platform. It's very common with these streaming sites. They will just target you with something you like. So, for example, Google, when you try to search about specific thing for very long time, the moment you go to Google, the advertising, you see that particular thing showing the adverts. Okay, the healthcare also. So the healthcare also help us in medical condition, diagnosing medical conditions and analyze X-ray and other medical imaging results. Please, any question before our class ends? And again, please get Excel if you are using a phone, Excel on your phone, and if you are using PC or laptop, get Microsoft Power BI as the business intelligence, powerful software. Please get it in. Rose,
Hello.
yes,
Can you please repeat that again? Microsoft.
Excel and
No,
Microsoft
on the laptop.
on Power BI, Power Business Intelligence. So Microsoft, just type Microsoft Power BI, it will come. Then you download it.
Microsoft
Power BI.
Power.
Yes, BI, capital.
And what of the and then the phone is the Microsoft Excel.
Excel, yes, just Excel. So we'll be using that.
But please, is there any available slides or anything?
Yes, I'll give you some reading materials in your Slack channel. Right.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.